All right, are you having a hard time setting this problem up? If you are, this video is for you. Let's go through this. So I always like to just read the question, right? And then we'll go from there. So question number 8 says, your washing machine has a power rating of 500 watts and takes 1 hour per load of laundry. Your wardrobe is massive and requires 2 loads per week to keep up with your style. If the cost of 1 kilowatt hour is 11 cents, how much does it cost you per year to wash your clothes? It's a good question. I'm kind of curious myself. So, what I do is now I go back through the question and I look at all the little pieces of information that the question gave me. Take a look. Power rating of 500 watts. What else? There's 1 hour per load. The word per tells us, hey, that's a rate, right? We should have that in fraction form, 1 hour over load. We know that there's 2 loads per week, and there's a cost of 1 kilowatt hour is 11 cents. And then the thing that we don't know is the cost per year. Cost is a unit. It's really dollar sign, right? So dollar sign per year. Okay, so we've got a lot of information and we are looking for cost per year. So what I do is create a known and unknown table. Cost per year is what we don't know. I always like to start with that. So I'm going to put down the units of cost per year, dollar sign over a year, and then we start to write in all the information that we have. I know that there's 11 cents per kilowatt hour. There's 2 loads per week, 1 hour per load. Let's see, the 500 watt rating, power rating. Then some of the other things that may not necessarily be in our question is just, think about it. We've got a time frame here in that 2 loads per week, and our final answer has to be in dollars per year. So we're going to have to convert weeks to years. There's 52 weeks for every year. We also need to convert watts to kilowatts so that we can cancel out that kilowatt hour. So we're going to write down 1,000 watts per 1 kilowatt. Okay, now that we've got all of our information, we're going to start looking at our units and start to manipulate them a little bit. So I'm looking for an answer that ends in dollar sign, and so I find that unit right there. That's my first fraction. I'll write it out. 11 cents per kilowatt hour. All right, let's multiply it by, how about, well, I can cancel out the kW part of kWh if I manipulate and put in 1 kilowatt per 1,000 watts. Let's see, let's get rid of, how about we get rid of that hour? So kilowatt over kilowatt hour will cancel out one of the kilowatts. If we have hour over hour, we can cancel out hour over hour as well. All right, now let's get rid of load. We can do that by load over load, 2 loads per week. Will allow us to do that. Let's see, 52 weeks per year. Week over week will eventually cancel. And look, hey, we now have year on the denominator of one of our fractions. That's going to be a good thing. And if we multiply this by 500 watts, we'll be able to get rid of that 1,000 watts from that second fraction that we wrote out earlier. This is all confusing you. I'm so sorry, but listen, here's what we're doing, right? I'm allowing the units to tell the story, and each unit that I put down in each fraction will kind of say, okay, well, that tells me what fraction I should put next. I'm trying to manipulate these fractions to get rid of everything except for dollar sign and year. And look, kW over kW cancels out. Hour over hour cancels out. That's a good thing. Load over load cancels out. Week over week cancels out. Remember that watt over watt? Hey, that cancels out too, leaving us with dollar sign over year, which is exactly what we want in our unknown, right? We're on track. So now order of operations tells us to multiply all the way across first on the top and the bottom before we divide. So 11 cents times 1 times 1 times 2 times 52 times 500 is $5,720. Divided by let's see, 1 times 1,000 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 is 1,000 years. Work it, right? Put it into your calculator. 5,720 divided by 1,000 is equal to 5,700, I'm sorry, $5.72 per year. And that's how much it costs to do your amazing wardrobe. Let me know if you have any questions. This was a hard question. I just wanted to show you what you can do with dimensional analysis. I know this is a pretty ambitious question. There certainly won't be a question like this on the quiz, but we will have to be able to manipulate units kind of like this in our APES class throughout the year. So start to get used to using that known and unknown table if it works for you. Thank you very much.